Today, we have a brand new update from Manus. So, Manus 1.5 has just been released, and we're going to be testing out today. So, if you want to get access to this, you can get access on manus.im, as you can see over here, /app. And then from here, we can start using Manus 1.5. Now, you might be wondering, okay, what's the difference here? So, I've actually got a full guide on this inside the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description. But essentially, it's a lot faster. It's about 4 times faster. So previously, tasks that would take like 4 or 5 minutes, sorry, 15 minutes, now take about, I would say, 3 to 4 minutes according to this chart. So the average task completion time. So you can see here in April, 15 minutes, 7 minutes, 4 minutes. So it's become a lot faster. And also it's been kind of like re-engineered to help build full stack apps. So I'll be testing out today, seeing how it performs, etc. Might have to upgrade this in a second. Let's see. And we'll go from here. Okay. Now, if you're not sure what you can do and how you can build and that sort of thing, so I'll show you a few examples here. This was actually, if we pull this up, this is actually like a SEO optimized landing page that it created. So it can like code, for example, landing pages. You can build apps. You can create like cinematic AI films even. So you can actually get it to create like films for you. Let's pull this up as an example. So it can actually create videos and then embed them on the landing page. So you can see here, for example, if we play this, we've got a fully edited cinematic style video. Let's pull up the next one. This is in like Wes Anderson style. Okay, so you can already do a lot with it, but the new update is basically making it a lot faster and also helps you build like full stack apps apparently, right? So let's get into testing this. And if there's stuff you want me to test as well as we go along, feel free to ask during this live stream. You can also see here, for example, we can actually create like vlogs and that sort of thing. So if we pull this up, this is a Yeti style vlog that I actually put together using a combination of Bayer 3. And then you can see this is 51 seconds long. So I actually stitched multiple scenes together using the AI. Cool Face Fashion says this is a game changer. We'll test now. So let's see. All right. So here's how I'm going to start using it. All right. So we're going to go to new task over here. And then I'm going to go to ChatGPT. And inside ChatGPT, I'm going to say, okay, give me some ideas for useful apps I could create based on what you know about me. Let's see what we got here. Hook Builder app. All right. AI tool that generates viral hooks and headlines for YouTube, TikTok, etc., and Reels. So we're going to start trying to build this. We'll copy that. Then I'm going to go over to Manus over here. Now we're going to plug that in. Now you can actually connect apps as well. So you can click on apps here and connect stuff. You've got the chat, you've got the agent, etc. Right? And then you've got adaptive mode as well. So I'm going to use the agent. And you can see at the top, you can select between Manus 1.5, which is like the most powerful version, or Lite. Now, if you want Manus 1.5, you need to upgrade. On the Lite version, it seems like you can use it for free. So let's see how it goes. It's probably going to ask me to upgrade, but we'll see how it goes. You can actually set up notifications as well. So whilst you're creating with this, you can basically get it to notify you once it's done. You can also, for example, build full stack websites and use the AI inside there, right? So, for example, you could build an app that turns your website into an app, basically where you've got like a chatbot that speaks like your brand, an AI camera that recognizes images, AI generators that create text, images, and code, and also AI summarizers. and it can understand the traffic. So it can actually look at traffic trends over here too. So let's go back to Manus over here. All right, so it's beginning to build out. Steph says, why use Manus? Why not use some other LLM? Well, I mean, you can use whatever you want, but we're just testing out the new update. I have no preference for Manus. Like if you want to use something else, you can, but we're just focusing on Manus in this video because they've got a new update. All right, now I'm actually going to upgrade in the background here whilst it's coding out. You can see that I've used it for free just to show you like you can use it for free if you want to. You do get limited credits. And now let's upgrade this. So you can see the credits here going as well, right? And then you've got choice. These are the options. I'm not going to pay annually. It does default to annual, which you probably don't want. So I'm going to switch to basic here. Let's see what we got. Let's just get the plus plan. Chris says Abacus, GenSpark, Manus. Yeah, they're all very similar. They're all very similar. Just to be clear here, so same. The average task time is usually about 3 minutes 50. You can see how long this is taking, right? So it's actually taking way longer, and it doesn't seem to be anywhere near done. So it's testing the application right now, and so far this whole task has taken 4 minutes, right? 4 minutes or 5 minutes at this point. So it's still not that fast. It's definitely not as fast as I would like it to do. Let's try some other stuff now. So I'm going to go over to Manus over here. And we'll say, right, okay, spreadsheet. I'm an SEO agency. Find me leads, including names, emails, phone numbers for potential white label SEO agencies I could reach out to and sell my services to in a nice spreadsheet. See if it can do that. GenSpark is pretty good at that. I'm just not. I've never tested that on Manus, so it'll be interesting to see what we get back. Shira says Manus 1.5 Lite versus other deep research models. Which one do you think is best in terms of creativity, accuracy, and uncovering real pain points? Yeah, that's a great question. I don't actually use deep research that much. When I've tested it, honestly, I don't find like they're particularly useful. My favorite is Perplexity for doing research because it's got a good combination of speed. You know, Perplexity is very fast at getting responses, but at the same time, it gets you useful information. I tend to find like those deep research reports are really fluffy and just full of AI fluff words. So it's not been that useful. Claude, I'm not really tested the deep research tool that much, but I do like its just research tool in general. It's pretty good. Yeah, but I don't use deep research like that much at all, honestly. Says wide research. So now it's got to use wide research. Okay, we'll try that. I'm just gonna go with start. Doesn't matter, mate. We'll rinse the credits for YouTube. This is taking a little while. One thing that worked really well on Manus, this is something I quite liked, was we actually created a website for the AR Profit Boardroom. So you can see like the AR Profit Boardroom actually gets quite a lot of views, a lot of searches on Google, and you can see our website ranks #1 and actually outperforms school or YouTube or Medium or anything else, right? And so this page that we built, I think it was literally on a live stream using Manus, looks really nice. It's got the videos embedded and it ranks really well. It's got testimonials embedded and everything like that. Basically, all we did was say like to Manus, you know, go off, create a direct response style sales page, and then generate that. So it was really, really good for that. Honestly, out of all of these tools, you know, all these sort of AI super agents, my favorite so far is GenSpark. Tends to give me the best performance. It's my sort of go-to when it comes to these. Interesting. They were not improving their content game. What do you mean? Like not good content or just the tool was not very good? So, I mean, it's still super slow. The average task apparently is like 4 minutes, but you can see here it's still taking ages for this. This one is still being refined and nowhere near done. I'm going to say, okay, build out I'm going to say research Julian Goldie's SEO Elite Circle. Then create a beautiful landing page that converts with a link to the SEO Elite Circle. Plus write a direct response sales page. Right, direct response style. Sales copy. Pull the page itself and design it to convert nicely too. Yeah, that's the other thing as well. Is like now you can do this with Claude or with. I tend to use Gemini for this. Honestly, like my favorite is Gemini. So, for example, if we can compare it side by side here, right? So if we take exactly the same prompt, then we go over to Gemini, right? So you can do this with Gemini 2.5 Pro. And the cool thing is as well, like Gemini is free to use, right? And then you can switch to Canvas over here. And then we're just going to give it exactly the same prompt, right? And we'll see how long this takes. Now, one of the biggest and weirdest things that I see about Manus 1.5 is that it tends to use a browser to do this research instead of just using like a deep research agent, right? So what I mean by this is like you see how it's actually navigating the web, the AI agent here, because it's navigating the web and it's using kind of like computer use and browser use. It's going to be a lot slower than just researching directly using Gemini, right? So you can see here how Gemini has already finished researching the web, and it's like, right, I've conducted the research on Julian Goldie and SEO Elite Circle, and we'll now create a high converting landing page with direct response copy, right? Whereas, for example, if you look at Manus is still getting the research together and still going through there, right? And it's just a lot slower when it comes to doing this stuff. Same for this. So, the Hook browser app is still taking a little time now. And then for the wider research, I mean, look at that. It's been nearly 10 minutes since we did the research for white label SEO agencies. Whereas, for example, if we go into Gemini 2.5 Pro, it's already built out the landing page. Now, if we actually click on that link as well, let's see if it goes directly to the right page. It does. That's perfect. Let's pull up the page here. So you can actually add Gemini features as well inside there, which means you can embed it. And then let's have a look here. So if we go over to Gemini now, we've got a shareable link. I mean, granted, like the page itself does not look great, right? Like you could do a lot more with the design and that sort of thing. So I'll come on to that in a minute. I mean, like what you can do here is you can say, okay, embed some relevant videos and testimonials of Julian Goldie inside the sales page, make it look better. But at least you get like a quick sort of response here, Whereas, for example, Manus is taking ages to do that. It's still not finished the Hook app. Finding leads taking ages. I mean, it's not finished any of the projects, right? It's been like 10 minutes. Whereas Gemini just goes off and does this stuff straight away. Here's a good use case for Manus. If you want to carry market analysis for competitor analysis on socials and the Manus agent. Yeah, but you could do that with, I mean, you could easily do that with Gemini, right? That's the thing. So it's coding it out now. I don't know how the average time per task is supposed to be 4 minutes from Manus 1.5 when we're using it across 3 different tasks, and it's taken well over 10 minutes for each task. Some of this one is already, I mean, the Hook Builder app has taken 15 minutes already, which is mad. Madness, I tell you. The same if you wanted to do this one, right? Let's take that exact same prompt. And this is using Manus, like the full power one, 1.5. We go over to Gemini. Again, Gemini you can use for free. There you go. So he's created the spreadsheet template. It didn't fill out the sheet, but we'll ask it to now. I mean, it's still, look at that. Like, it's asked me 5 times if I want to deploy the service. It's like, yes, I do. I've told you 5 times. And there you go. Right. So, I mean, Gemini did exactly the same thing. The other cool thing is, well, with Gemini, like you can actually just export this to Google Sheets because it's linked to your Google account. Right. So, so basically what we've done, just to recap, is we gave Manus and we gave Gemini the exact same task, finding leads for my SEO agency, right? So finding agencies that I could white label to. And if we look, Gemini, which is free, did it straight away, right? Which you can see here. So it's found the website, the name, the location, the contact, the email address, the phone number, etc. Put it all into a nice spreadsheet. So it's done the lead generation for us. If we have a look at Manus, Manus is still thinking, right? It's it's so slow. We started at 8 p.m. Sorry, 8 a.m. here, and it's now 8:12. So it's taken over 12 minutes and it's nowhere near done, right? It's just too slow. It's too slow to be practical when you've got free alternatives like Google Gemini. So to me, it's not that exciting. I do think that Gemini has performed much better when it comes to lead generation here. You can still see it's asking me to deploy this website publicly, but it's asking me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Whereas if we go on to Gemini, Gemini just deployed it straight away, right, and create this page. It might not be like the best design in the world, but honestly, you can iterate on that and you can quickly build it up. So yeah, that's way better. Kosha says NA10 works better for lead generation. Yeah, 100%. If you actually want to see some of our best lead generation processes, go to the AR Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description. Once you signed up, you then gonna go scroll down and you would go to the NA10 templates and workflow section here, and then go to the scraping based templates, right? And actually with this, you can scrape, for example, Firecrawl. You can scrape with Perplexity. These are all like ready to go automations that you can just plug into NA10. You can even scrape live web pages as well. And you also got like this scraper agent that basically scrapes, for example, social media, Google Maps, etc. And that's literally just like click a button, boom, you start getting the leads. That's way easier than waiting for Manus, right? Like the whole point of this is to save me time, but and it's good that we show this on the live stream because you can see how long it takes. The whole point is to save me time, but look at that, it's really costing you time because it's just taking so long to create and deploy. Shara says, how do you differentiate between when to use Gemini Deep Research versus a simple 2.5 Pro mode? I would struggle with that. Honestly, like 9 times, I mean, pretty much 10 times out of 10, I'm not going to use the Deep Research mode just because it takes too long, right? Like for me, everything is about speed. How can I move fast? How can I get stuff done quickly, whether it's for me or my team or, even for our clients? And so for us, I'm never really using the deep research mode. The only time I think I've used deep research was when I was researching the market for the AR profit boarding when I was creating this community, and I used like deep research reports from ChatGPT, from Gemini, etc., to figure out okay what's going on in the market, right? So I'd go into Gemini, new chat, you'd be like right, okay, deep research, and then you're like okay, research ideas, research the market for communities on school about AI, right? Do a SWOT analysis. give me some ideas on new angles I can cover, plus how I could penetrate the market, right? Something like that. And basically, what that's going to do is just research the internet for all the relevant things around that topic. So now, if we go to new task over here, if we did the same thing inside Manus, we'll switch to a lightweight one, just to try and see if it can be faster, right? Maybe I mean, one of the other things I was thinking was like, maybe they've actually got. I don't know why it uses a computer, right? Why is it browsing the web? Why not just use an agent instead? It doesn't make sense to me that because I literally using the browser and using the computer use browser to search the web, it doesn't make sense because it's like that's going to slow the whole process down. Whereas you're better off just using an API like you can see here. So if we click on start research, you can see it's going to be ready in a few minutes. So we're comparing side by side 1.5 Lite versus Gemini when it comes to deep research. Shiva says, here's a hack for better results with Gemini. Whenever you the first output, tell it to critically evaluate it and make the necessary corrections. Yeah, that sounds good. And look at that. Like the research task, it's not completed any of the tasks so far, apart from the sales page here. Now, if we actually open up the sales page, let's have a look. It doesn't look bad, to be fair. How do we get rid of that? We got full screen on this bad boy. Let's have a look. Click on that. It goes to the right page, so that's good. Finally, a done for you AI-powered SEO system that practically forces you to rank number one on Google. I mean, the sales copy is good, to be fair. It's pretty cool. The design is super basic. Doesn't look great. Sleep like a baby, 14-day money-back guarantee. That feels a bit weird. But it has taken real testimonials as well. Real information about me. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just it's going to take maybe 10 times longer than using Gemini. And I think Gemini will probably give you better copy and also better design, right? Bear in mind as well, Gemini is free, whereas, for example, Manus, you're going to be paying for credits pretty quickly. Dan says Manus is good so long as you are very specific, at least in coding. Look away for 10 seconds and it's obliterated my code more than once. What do you use it for, Dan? I'm quite interested to know. So, I mean, yeah, and look at this. It's still taking its time on the wide research method. It's completed the market analysis report faster than Gemini, though. But I don't think it used wide research. So let's have a look at this report, see if it's any good. All right, market analysis report overall. Okay, let's take a look. It's found some good ones. Masters Community of Ed. What's that one? Never heard of that. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that's actually done like real research. SWOT analysis, hide market demand, robust platform features, blah, blah, blah. Niche saturation, that's a real thing in the industry. Opportunities. I mean, that's That's pretty good. Like the market analysis report, it did it really quickly and it actually completed it pretty well. It found relevant communities, like you can see, and it even found the right member count and that sort of thing. Plus, it gave us some new angles. So, for example, like hyper niche, industry specific applications, ethical, AI for personal productivity. I actually do think that's a big niche, like AI for personal productivity. If you just had a community for that, it'd be very niche, but probably work really well. Manus is like the jack of all trades and king of none. I mean, he's done. I mean, to be fair to it, he's done a good research report. So don't want to be too harsh. Let's have a look at market analysis of AI communities on schools, strategic opportunities, affiliate system, blah, blah, blah. Okay, good. That's pretty good. So it's actually compared member size models. I mean, like if you actually have a look at this, it's compared some of the biggest creators, member size. It's organized the information better, I would say, than Manus. It's nicely organized. We've got like a nice table there with the member size, pricing model, niche, community name, and who the creator is. Then we've got the SWOT analysis, so strengths, weaknesses, etc. And then strategic opportunities, right? So AI for legal professionals, that'd be a good one. AI for financial analysts. School, the meta accelerator. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. I would genuinely say that Gemini still did a better job than Manus when it came to that. I mean, like Manus, it didn't really organize the information well. Even though it was useful, I still think that Gemini's deep research method was better. Dan says Super Ninja doesn't get much attention, but it's actually better for coding chores than Manus and way cheaper. Shara says they announced slides for presentation, decks, and carousels for once again. Poor visuals. All right, let's try something else now. There is one thing that it can do that most AI cannot do. So if we actually go to, for example, here, video, I'm going to say, okay, generate a storyboard of a day in the life of a Yeti. Stitch them together. See if you can do that. So what it should be able to do is create the storyboard for a Yeti's day. Then it's going to generate the individual clips, stitch them together, and deliver the final video to the user. Let's see if that works. So you can see here now it's creating the images for each part of the storyboard, and then it should create the videos based on those. Now, obviously, inside Gemini, you can use videos, so you can create videos here. But the problem is you can only create like 8 seconds at a time, and it's not going to stitch them together. If you want to see some other stuff that I've built previously, just whilst we're waiting for that to go. So we actually created a quiz here. Let's have a look. This was like an SEO quiz. What else we got? So this was a old video that I created a while back, right? Basically, it's stitched together like a 60-second video of a dragon slaying sort of film. I think this is using maybe an older version of like video generators, maybe Kling or something like that. But the visual is pretty nice. And it's all stitched together, so you don't need to edit it or anything like that. And also, it storyboarded the whole thing out too. If we go back to Veo, Veo has created the video using Veo 3.1. But again, like it's only going to create an 8-second video. It's not going to be like a full storyboard. Let's see what these images are like. It's kind of created like a cartoon style image. So it's finished creating the scenes, and then I think what it's going to do is use those as reference images for creating the video too. Dan says the Manus browser is also twitchy, freezes constantly. If it has to navigate a GUI, you're going to get iffy results as well. Yeah. I think like a big improvement for Manus, like if they could change one thing, it's just use the browser list. You can also go to the Manus homepage here, and you can see like what people have created previously, right? So, for example, a video of 4 seasons. Now, you can replay the task if you want to. You can try it yourself, or you can just skip to the results. See, if we skip to the results here, we can actually see the videos generated already here, and then we can play those back and check them out. So that's what 20-second video. You can actually create floor plans as well. So this is a floor plan and 3D visualization of a podcast studio. So basically, it said, can you create a technical floor plan with precise dimensions, 5 by 8 meters for a podcast studio, and then you're good to go. That is an error. Okay, great. So have a look at this one. So it's like a presentation that's created. I mean, if you look at the design quality of that, it's not quite as good as something like GenSpark. GenSpark, you're typically going to get better outputs from when it comes to presentations like that. I've actually used GenSpark quite a lot for presentations for the live streams that I do. But yeah, it's not great. So, for example, if we have a look at this presentation and we'll compare them side by side, right? So this is the presentation from Manus it's generated about the solar system. You can see like the design is super basic. Doesn't look that great. Even like the colors used are a little bit weird. Whereas if we go over to GenSpark, we'll view and export that, view a new window. Look at that. Doesn't that look nicer? I would definitely use GenSpark instead of Manus for presentations. So have a look at some of these videos it's generating. Just going to play back the sound here. Yeah, even the video generation is, I mean, it's not great, is it? Let's have a look at this. You'd be better off just getting the video files and then uploading them to Manus and saying stitch those together for me instead of hiring a video editor. Yeah, not impressed. Not impressed. All right. So if I had a choice, honestly, I'm going to go for most of the tasks, I'm going to go with Google Gemini. And then for the stuff that I can't do with Google Gemini, I'd probably use GenSpark, to be honest. Not been that impressed with Manus so far for the 1.5 update. It has some cool ideas, but I just don't think it's fast enough, you know. And if the whole point of using the AI agent is to be faster than having an employee, well, an employee could have done a lot of that stuff like within minutes, or you could have automated it 10 times faster with something like Google Gemini. So for me, I'm going to go with Google Gemini Pro for now as a winner. If you want to get more, so Allah says, what's a free alternative to GenSpark? Yeah, just go with Google Gemini. You know, it can code, it can build, it can do research for you, it can create websites, it can find leads for you and put them into a Google Sheet. Like, it's basically a better version and a faster version of all these other AI super agents. But the difference is you can use it for free. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to get help, support, coaching, if you want to learn how to use this stuff for your business, feel free to get the AI Profit Boardroom link in the comments and the description. We actually have a special offer on this weekend. So you get 30% off this weekend. It's a flash sale. We've only got 10 spots available for this right now. And yeah, if you want to get access, you can get access to that. You'll get 1,000 plug and play AI workflows that do the heavy lifting whilst you sleep. You'll get my playbook for all my best automations for content outreach and delivery. You'll get my pre-built client funnels and scripts that turn cold leads into paying customers, live weekly coaching sessions. So you actually get 5 live weekly coaching sessions like you see right here, where you can ask questions and jump on the calls with us. You also get daily personalized video answers from myself and unlimited tech support and $8,000 in monthly giveaways because we want to reward your success, right? And so you can get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. You're also going to get the SEO Boardroom as a freebie, the SEO Elite Circle as a freebie as well, the AI Avatar Clone System, my best Twitter AI automations and YouTube automations, plus my Empire Focus Builder Manual and $8,000 a month in monthly giveaways, all right? Only 10 spots left on that. Link in the comments description. If you go inside the community, you can see how active it is, right? So loads of people posting here, loads of people sharing what's working, you know, cool little Google features, Claude Haiku, etc. So there's lots of cool stuff right there inside the AI Profit Boardroom. And then also you can go inside the classroom here and you can learn from start to finish, literally in 6 weeks, the best ways to use AI for your business, how to build your first AI agent in under 5 minutes, the best ways to grow your revenue with the AI Profit Boardroom. You'll learn the basics, the advanced, the proficient, and the expert level stuff. Also, you're going to get access to my best playbook. So inside the playbook here, you'll learn how to save thousands of hours with AI, how to automate your emails, AI automation with X, AI avatar videos, how to create shorts and actually generate leads from shorts as well. And this is all exclusive content you won't find anywhere else. On top of that, you're going to get an affiliate marketing course, how to basically make money with affiliate marketing and AI. And then additionally, you can see all my best lead generation and social media automations inside this section here, right? On top of that, you get tons of different NA10 workflows. And this was last updated today, right? So we actually had new updates all the time. You can see, for example, we added a new Manus AI agent training here. We added the latest notebook LM stuff. We've added loads of cool stuff on like Google Jules and ChatGPT and Kilo Code and everything else. So feel free to get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the description. And again, you get a 6-for-1 deal this weekend if you sign up now, okay? So thanks so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. And cheers for watching. Bye-bye.